Hey guys, this is a installation guide for Shards of Dahlia to go along with the written guide that's posted on the wiki. So the first thing we need to do here is we need to get the EverQuest client from Steam. So to do that, we'll need to make a Steam account. If you already have Steam installed, I'll post a timestamp in the description so that you can skip this bit of the video. So if we want to go to the official Steam website, we can follow the link here posted in the guide. We'll go to login and we'll go to create an account and we'll enter our email address and then confirm it here. Select our country, confirm that we are not a robot. Agree that we are in fact older than the age of 13, and then once we continue here you'll get a verification email, and so we'll open the email here and we'll click the link to verify our account and we can close out of these windows. And so Steam will take us to the create an account page. So we'll come up with a random Steam account name, something that you'll remember because you'll need it later. And we will complete the sign up. So the next thing we want to do here is actually install Steam, which is pretty simple to do. We just hit the install Steam button up here. We select our platform, which is Windows, and we download the Steam installer, and we can open it up here. We choose our language, choose where we actually want to put Steam itself. This is not the SOD client, this is just the Steam client. We do a quick install, and we run it. Okay, so after choosing to run Steam, there will be a few download bars, a few installation bars that you just have to sit and wait through. That has been edited out. So now we enter in our account name and password for Steam, and we log in. After we log in, we can open up Steam from mine was in my my little tray down here. We open up Steam, and then we go to the store, and then we search for EverQuest. And we choose this EverQuest free-to-play option. Then we hit play game, and then it should prompt us to install it. We don't care about creating a desktop or start menu shortcut for this, so we can uncheck those. Make sure you choose where you actually want to install the game. I'm just leaving mine in the default location within the Steam folder. Then from here, the EverQuest client is now downloading. It's not a super large file, so it should be relatively quick if you have good internet speeds, and I'll see you guys once this download is finished. Okay, so our EverQuest free-to-play client has just finished downloading. It did not take very long. One thing to note is that if selecting in the store earlier did not automatically prompt you to install it, you can always go to your library and then double click the EverQuest free-to-play. Only do this if you are not prompted to install and download the game earlier. Once you have the game installed, we'll want to go to our library and we'll come to EverQuest free-to-play, right click it, go to properties, and then we'll go to local files, and then browse local files. And this will bring up the EverQuest directory. However, we want to step out of this folder, and depending on how much hard disk space you have, you'll either want to copy the folder, is safer and more convenient, or if you're really low on disk space, you can just cut the folder. But we'll do Control C to copy the folder. We'll go to the location where we want our SOD install to be, and we'll paste it. This may take a little bit depending on your hard drive or solid state drive, because it is a 9 GB folder with many individual files in it. Okay, once our EverQuest client is copied and out of the Steam folder and moved to the location that you want it to, we can close out of Steam for now. And this is where we'll need to download the Shards of Dahlia patcher. A link to this can be found in the installation guide on the wiki, right here. And this will take us to the download link for the SOD patcher, which we'll just throw in this folder here. If you don't want to use the link off of the wiki, we can also go to the main Shards of Dahlia site, and then just go to Files, and the SOD patcher will be right there. Now from here we can open up the SOD patcher. It'll give us a notification that we need a copy of EverQuest from Steam prior to running it, and the patcher will open up here. Now once the patcher is open, we'll need to point it to our EverQuest directory. So we'll go to Browse here, and if you remember, we saved our copy of the EverQuest directory in this SOD install guide folder. So this is the directory that we want to point it to, wherever you moved that EverQuest free-to-play folder, whether you copied it from Steam or whether you just cut it to save on disk space. So we'll hit OK, and we'll want to check Repatch All. And if you are coming from the EQ emulator community, you can check this box to use EQEMU for the login server, and you'll be able to skip this next step if you would like. However, if you're not coming from EQ emulator or you don't have an account there, the last step that we need to do is to register an account, which is a very simple process. There's a link to the account registration in the written wiki guide. However, we can also reach it from the Shards of Dahlia main page. We click this Register an Account button, and we just create an account. It's very simple to do. So we'll make our game server name and password, and we'll put in our email address. If someone referred you, you can throw their email address in too, and then submit. And it'll give you a little report here. If something goes wrong, it will tell you. But ours was successful. Our game server account has been set up, so we can just return to the home page here and go back to the patcher. We've pointed it to our EverQuest folder. We've checked Repatch All, and we want to run the game after we patch. So now we can just hit the patch and run button. When you repatch all, or the first time that you patch over the client, it'll take a little bit, but every time after that, you shouldn't need to repatch all. you may need to do it if, for whatever reason, you have an issue with your client after getting it installed and set up. However, most of the time you can just patch and run normally, and it will update with whatever new files were changed. Okay, so the patcher has just finished running, and now we can log into the game. These are the server rules. I recommend that you go through and read these before logging in. However, I will let you do that on your own time. We accept the rules. We click through this screen. Something that may be useful is going to this options editor and enabling or disabling which Luclin models you'd like to use. I'm not a heretic, so the only thing I use is the new Vashj'ir models. And then here we can choose resolution, however you'll also be able to change this in-game, and the other standard EverQuest settings options. From here, we can log in using the account that we registered earlier, which I believe was Tev install. And from here, we just choose the server, and we can enter the selected server. And with that, that concludes the installation guide